Hello, everyone. I'm Ashish Kaushal, CEO of Hire Talent. Welcome to this limited series we call the Road to CWS. Today, the idea is to basically have buyers give their voices heard and talk about what they want to get out of the conference, and lessons learned. And the same thing with the MSP leaders to kind of talk about what they're hoping to get out of this and sort of best practices. So we have two special guests today from HireGenics, Maria DeJong. She's the VP of Workforce Solutions Design, and then Trishan Peiris, Talent Solutions. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi, Ash.
So let's start out with quick intros. Can you tell us who you are, what you do in a nutshell?
Maria, you want to kick us off?
Ladies first? Sure. So just as a heads up, it's pronounced DeJong, Maria DeJong.
Yeah, I apologize.
It's a common Dutch name, maybe not a common US name. But anyway, so Workforce Solutions Design at HireGenics, that's thinking about and talking, really listening to clients and customers and understanding exactly what they're trying to achieve, and then looking at our set of tools that we have here at HireGenics and saying, what can we do to use our Swiss Army knife of tools to meet your solution needs from a service perspective, but also from a partner perspective as well. So that's where the workforce solution design part comes in. Mm-hmm. It's the listening and designing part. So that's what I do here at HireGenics. Trishan?
I love the tools you guys built for us, by the way. It's great.
What?
I love the tools you built from the supplier side. It's awesome.
Great. Thanks.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Trishan Peiris, I am one of the global sales leaders here at HireGenics. I'm a newbie here. It's been a month since I've joined HireGenics, but I've been around for a little bit. I've worked closely with Ash in the past in my prior life, and looking forward to another great CWS this year.
So I got to ask you, you came back home, came back to the MSP world. What's up with that?
Yeah, I just had to come back. I went out for a little bit, learned a little bit, had some fun, and had to come back to what I know best, Ash. And I came back to a really cool crew at HireGenics with Maria, with Kristen, Coop, a whole bunch of cool people. And looking forward to having some fun. I missed that.
I love it. I'm glad that you're back. So how does CWS fit into your roles, and what are you looking forward to for this conference this year?
Well, I think, kind of going back to my title that I kind of shared, it's an opportunity for us to listen, for myself to kind of listen and say, hey, for people who are kind of just entering this kind of category of non-employee or contingent workforce and talent thinking, let's listen to what their needs are today. It's probably evolved. It's different. Maybe they have a different perspective because they're entering in now into this category. And then for others, it's, hey, we either still have this problem and we still need a solution for it. What are you guys, what is HireGenics doing differently or better, or how are you thinking about solving for these problems? So I guess for me, it's a lot about listening. Mm-hmm. And really absorbing what is happening at the ground level. They're in the categories day by day, and then kind of speaking to our solutions, but also just kind of also taking that back to our team. We have a collective group of professionals who've been doing this for a while, but also have like very intellectual kind of like discussions and solution design brains. So let's think about how maybe we can think about this differently. So I go back to the listening part of it, and the talking to and connecting. I'm not sure we should solution or design anything at CWS, if I'm being honest. It's probably not the right environment. Yeah. But the listening part is definitely the right place for that.
And you guys are having sessions in a suite. I take it to, if I'm a buyer and I want to sort of brainstorm ideas and even just get information on the trends that are happening in the future, especially around AI and offshoring and things like that.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
We do have a booth. We also have somebody in our delivery team, Lisa, who is going to be doing a roundtable. But we will be at our booth, but also just kind of in the wild, if you will. Yeah. We'll be in the wild. So feel free to also kind of tap us on the shoulder And we're happy to kind of talk about what they're doing.
Okay, great. What are the top 3 things you want to get out of this conference this year? And what topics would you love to see discussed?
Trishan?
Yeah, I think, look, I think it's the same every year, right? I think the 3 things or the top things that we want to gain is obviously an opportunity to educate buyers out there on the value proposition that we bring to the table, but also on all the changes that are happening in the market right now, right? So I think, I mean, you see it firsthand as a supplier, Ash. The market's horrible right now, right? But then what are the options that these buyers have? Obviously, we want to definitely bring to the table what makes us unique, what makes us different, and the value that we can potentially add, not just to our suppliers, only to our clients, but also to our suppliers as well. I think outside of that, I want to piggyback off what Maria said earlier, right? It's also an option for us to learn and grow, right? We want to get better year over year, and we want to provide a better service year over year to our clients. And, SIA always has some great topics. We definitely want to contribute and learn here.
So to follow up with that, Trishan, what makes HireGenics different?
That's a great question, right? So look, before I answer that, I will say, there are some very good programs out there, and both Maria and myself, we're definitely looking forward to meeting some of our industry peers. But, let me tell you why clients partner up with us. I think that's a better way of answering this, right? I think at HireGenics, what we're known for is truly nailing the core, right? Really focusing on building and executing really robust MSP solutions, if you will. Right? There's a lot of chat out there, right? Especially this year with CWS, there's AI, right? AI seems to be a word in every single sentence, right? That we hear these days, right? There's tech-enabled solutions. There's innovation. There's all these things that you hear, right? But one thing that is constantly an issue, right, is the program itself, the solution itself. You can't put a Ferrari body on a lawnmower engine. What we do here at HireGenics is really focus in on building that engine, making sure that it works year over year, and the driver, the buyer, is confident and happy with the service. And I think that's what makes us unique, right? And that's what makes us special. We don't overpromise. We don't want to. And I think that clearly shows in our NPS scores across our clients. We have an NPS score plus 80 across our client base. And this is exactly why, because we're creating a purpose-driven journey. Again, focusing on the purpose, focus in on the experience, and really building robust solutions.
I love it. What are some do's and don'ts as a supplier when we're reaching out to you to set up meetings? Because I know, Maria, I'm sure your mailbox is blowing up right now with meeting requests. And
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm like the most popular person, but I think that I am getting, yes, I am receiving some emails. Yeah, I mean, I think, I think it's the ecosystem needs all parts, right? So I think we see the value and the need to partner with highly capable, highly functioning supplier partners. They honestly make us look good as an MSP delivery arm, and they make the client feel good and do well from a program office perspective when they're bringing the talent and the quality to their business owners, because ultimately that's their client. So I think I think it is 100% appropriate for us to have these strong relationships with our supplier partners and really sisters and brothers, if you will. We're all kind of part of the same ilk, if you will. And so I think it's good. I have many meetings scheduled with our partners to kind of talk about how we can further think about that. But I will say what makes it easier to have these meetings within our supplier ecosystem is that they are performing very high, and they perform against expectations and scorecards and metrics and all of the things, right, that we need to measure and we get measured on too from a delivery perspective. That makes that kind of combination and partnership very easy in terms of kind of two-way strategizing and also collaboration, right? And so I think those meetings are very helpful, but it's like a mutual mutual respect of high delivery importance and priority that bring us, I would say those are our supplier ecosystem is full of those. We are full of those. And there is mutual desire to propel everything further, higher, mature, expansion, all those things, because we are all functioning at that like very high clip. So yes, I am receiving them. I am absolutely happy about that. Especially when it's people who, partners that we've already had kind of existing and or we have shared clients with. But yes, we're also 100% open to new when we have the talent need and the opportunity arises. So yes, I would say that's the case. And we were talking earlier about the need to kind of, the desire to meet outside of just even the sessions and to meet kind of socially. It is also very helpful to meet on that kind of person-to-person level and understand human to human what we're trying to achieve too. So yes, I'm meeting with many, maybe you.
All right,
Ash,
awesome. Well, we're definitely meeting for sure. I want to ask a little bit more. So there's you brought up AI, so I definitely want to bring that up for a second. But beyond that, there's a lot of trend the last 2 years around CW kind of moving into SOW, and so I think traditionally MSPs, sometimes clients had them roll it out in phases, and they first brought in CW and then they brought SOW in. Are you seeing a trend where clients are saying, let's do all of it at once and we're getting more of a total talent solution?
I think it's a mix, right? I think, clients are hesitant in rolling out both at the same time because they want to build, again, I go back to, being confident in the program, right? Be confident in the results, what you get on the CW side, and then rolling out SOW. Now, that is not to say that clients are not rolling out both with a big bang, right? In fact, this is actually one of the topics that we're taking up at CWS, right? Twofold. One, is it the right thing to do? And two, how are we addressing it, right? Even before implementation. So one of the tools that we're bringing into the session and we're doing demos is AI, since AI is one of the topics, AI-driven SOW analyzer, which is going to help with that, right? Do we have is SOW truly SOW when we're rolling it out, right? Can we make sure that, we're bucketing it correctly? So these are little things that we will be doing at CWS. One of the topics that actually Lisa is going to be talking about in her roundtable is program adoption, right? So it's not just rolling out, SOW and staff out, but then again, okay, how do you increase adoption? So these are all good topics that we're going to be addressing at CWS. If something comes to mind, I definitely invite buyers to stop by our booth and ask us. We do both staff aug and SOW, and happy to share what we think needs to happen based on what we've seen with our clients.
Interesting.
Yeah, Maria.
Daughter of educators, I can't help myself. So I would agree with Trishan. I would say it is definitely stakeholder-driven change management, buyer, supplier complexity really determines whether SOW is kind of a part of that initial launch or not. But I would say from our programs, because again, the high delivery, high maturity, the health factor of our current programs, the increase of SOW being adopted from a generation one going forward, that is actually quite high for us. We're seeing a lot of growth with that. There is a lot of buy-in and a desire from our current client base to say, yes, things are going well. Let's go into that SOW space. Let's expand into there. So we would say from just like a start, yes, it's a mixed bag. But from our clients who we have today, 100% they're like, let's go forward. That is where the opportunity is. We need to get our arms around that. Obviously, it needs to be carefully managed through change, all the things that I kind of previously already mentioned, and then Trishan mentioned. But yes, 100% there. That increase is very visible.
And are you seeing customers allow vendors to service both sides if they're good at it?
Yeah. Okay. Well, in our case, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think it's a proven track record. We're a proven partner. We've come with a roadmap to design to help with that inclusion and successful transition. So for us, yes, I would say yes.
I will say this though, it's also dependent on the client, right? So it depends on what they have in terms of policies as it relates to supply engagement. You know, the reality is some programs, they do not want suppliers who support staff up to support SOW, right? It can be associated with risk, it can be associated with multiple topics. But at least for us, right, as we advise clients, our job is to ensure they get the right supplies. And some of the right suppliers can do both. So why not have them support both and have them be successful and the client as well?
That makes sense. I did a panel 2 days ago on AI, and what we were talking about, one is that everyone's excited about it, but then everyone's afraid of it, right? So there's this fear of implementation almost. And I was telling them that, like, I call it American intelligence with a tech stack built on top of it today. And the reason for that, because it's like 1997 in the dot-com boom, right? We're saying it's gonna change everything, but it's not changing everything without a lot of human assistance. And so are you seeing clients allow systems and processes to be automated through AI? And is that trend really happening right now, or is it still getting slow rolled?
Look, honestly, AI is in a lot of things we do today, right? So in terms of solutions, in terms of processes, it's there. The question is though, do we need it? And what is the benefit of using AI? If there's a significant value add in incorporating AI into the process, into some sort of technology, then yes, why not, right? The clients are all for it. But again, I'm going back to what I said earlier, right? This is a purpose-driven journey. What is the purpose and what is it that we're trying to achieve? And does it have an impact on the journey itself? If it does positively, then yes, we will be incorporating AI into our solutions. And it is definitely something that, needs to be addressed in this industry today, right? Everyone's talking about AI. Every MSP is talking about AI, right? Clients have so many AI initiatives going on internally. Again, we use it today. One of the examples is our AI-driven SOW analyzer. It's part of our solutions today. We're exploring how we can incorporate it, but again, only if and when it's necessary and it's going to add true value.
I love that you're putting it on SOW, because it's probably the most efficient way to sort of evaluate whether something's SOW in a contract makes sense. So it totally makes sense to do it there.
Yeah.
So Maria, what's the best way? What booth are you guys at? What events are you? What roundtables are you guys hosting? And then, how can we reach out to you if I'm a buyer, I want to get a meeting set up?
Absolutely. So obviously, you can find me on LinkedIn. You can also. we will be in a booth. I honestly don't know exactly where it's located on the floor, but I'm told that it's in a great spot. So my guess is very early within the door opening. That being said, feel free to reach out via LinkedIn or the SAA app, of course. We have mentioned a few times Lisa, who's part of our delivery team. She's on. Chris McCardle is our delivery senior vice president, and Lisa is a VP of delivery on her team. She's going to be running a program adoption roundtable. And again, kind of some of the program examples I've been speaking to today in terms of growth and expansion and health and supplier connectedness, all of that are programs that Lisa and her teams lead. So she is the person who can kind of speak to the nitty gritty of how that's being done at like the operational, but also strategic level for our program. So Lisa's gonna be running the program adoption. I think this is a great one for us to be leading because of all the healthy progress, and again reflected in our very high NPS and referenceable clients. So I think this is the right topic for us. In terms of events, I would say we're going to be everywhere, but we're also keeping it pretty flexible so that we can have the one-on-one conversations. What I have found to be helpful is being available to be ad hoc. Hey, can you meet up now via text? I find that buyers and suppliers too are often don't know their exact schedule, or it changes. And so just having your phone with the ringer on is essential to connecting at CWS. So that is my preferred method. I'm tall, and so that helps because my head is usually above her. Slightly above. So
Yeah, you're not gonna miss Maria. That's one.
You gotta
Right?
be Norwegian.
Right. I think too. Look, we're there to meet with people, right?
Mhm.
We're there to meet with not just our clients, our suppliers as well. I don't want to speak for Maria, but you see us, grab us.
Yeah.
We're gonna be all over the place. We're gonna be, in the conference hall. We're gonna be at the bar. We're gonna be in and about, right? Definitely grab us. We'd love to meet with you, have a conversation. We're definitely gonna try and hit as many events as we can, right? We want to obviously, just like everyone else, make the best out of CWS. So, looking forward to meeting everyone. I do have a question for you, Ash. What are your expectations with CWS?
I kind of like to. One of the things is I think we built a really good community with the conference, right? I think that SIA has done a great job of that, and so for me, it's a fun time of year because one, we get to meet existing friends like you guys and many buyers as well, and then we get to make new ones. And so I'm looking forward to just reconnecting with everybody and then learning together and hopefully figuring out solutions that we can work on together.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, follow-up question to that. So, you're kind of representing, a lot of the suppliers who are attending as well, right? What is your expectation from the MSPs? What is your expectation from HireGenics as well? Would love to take that into consideration.
To have like 17 contracts ready for when I get there.
Done. All right.
On a serious note, I think this is a good time of year where we get to sit down with you guys and sort of figure out other solutions we can go to market together with, right? It's not just about trying to work with you on a program. It's also about how do we differentiate ourselves with you guys together as a team and go into a market together.
Yeah, no, I love that response. And hopefully if there are suppliers listening to this, come speak to us. I do have a request though, that I would like to ask from suppliers. When they're reaching out to us, definitely come with what truly differentiates them, right? There's probably over, 500, 600 staffing companies just attending this conference, right? Definitely come in with what truly differentiates you and what's the value you can add to us as an MSP. Right? I think Maria hit the nail on the head a little while ago, right? This is a partnership. We need the entire ecosystem to add value to our clients. And it's very important to understand, what truly differentiates you so we know where to plug you in.
So to go back to your analogy, which part of the engine do we bring to the table to help you?
You guys are the wheels, man. You guys are the wheels.
Love it. Well, thank you both for joining me today. It was an honor. And I look forward to seeing you in a week and a half.
Awesome. Looking forward to a great CWS, guys. Ash, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Good seeing you, Maria.